Can you explain your ideas clearly when speaking? It is very important that when giving an explanation, we speak clearly and precisely so that the other person knows what we are talking about and can understand what we are saying too. What topics are more familiar to you when speaking? I think that about technological issues, new methods, new strategies, and games dynamics. And virtual reality, for me, it's more effective way to learn. Do you use fillers when delivering a short speech? If yes, what fillers do you use the most? I feel that yes, since it is rare to recognize it when a conversation flows. It is something that comes with talking, and however, it may not always be good. And the one I use is the the most is to be honest, no? To be honest, I think that to be honest, in the words. When do you use post-its when do you use post-its when delivering an speech? Yes, since it's allowed to remember important parts about the topics to be discussed and to give much more emphasis so that the spoken topic is recognized and remembered. And do you perform English short presentation in the virtual class? Yes, for me, yes, because this help a lot to better understand the subject being to teach. Do you feel confident when speaking in front of others? Uh, Currently, not so much because I am still preparing myself in these areas, but little by little it is being achieved.
According to the interview, Part 1 Vocabulary Background Academic Knowledge. Question 1 Can you explain your ideas clearly when speaking? I think that most of the time I can clearly communicate all the ideas I want to, but in some cases it can be quite difficult to explain some topics, especially when we talk about academic ones. Question 2 What topics are more familiar to you when speaking? For me, it is easier to talk about myself, my likes, dislikes, my family, everyday topics, and general cultural knowledge. Part 2 Speaking in front of others practice. Question 3 Do you use fillers when delivering a short speech? If yes, which fillers do you use the most? When I speak for a long time, I think that I get to use some fillers such as like, so, and well. Those are the ones that I use the most. Question 4. Do you use post it when delivering a speech? I sometimes use notes in order to give short speeches, but they only contain some words or certain words that work for me in order not to forget some ideas. Part 3 Perform short presentations production. Question 5 Do you perform English short presentations in the virtual class? I do presentations in English quite often because of my university assignments and because of homework. Question 6 Do you feel confident when speaking in front of others? I usually feel confident about speaking in front of other people. I'm really fond of thinking that speaking must be performed without fear of making mistakes in front of other people. Instead, you are very willing to receive feedback from others.
You explain your ideas clearly when speaking. I try to use simple words to present concepts or ideas and to be concise. What topics are more familiar to you when speaking? The most familiar topics for me are in areas such as study, hometown, work, weather, and family. Do you use fillers when delivering a short speech? I try to avoid using them in order to be clearer and more direct. The fillers that I use the most are basically and well. Do you use post-it when delivering a speech? Yes, I do. I think those are very important to use during a speech in order to tell the audience where the speaker is in the speech. Do you perform English short presentations in the virtual classroom? I do, when I'm required to. In that case, I develop a presentation using a template that fits the subject and cuts the attention of the class. Do you feel confident when speaking in front of others? I rarely feel confident when speaking in front of others. Nonetheless, I work hard to feel calm and focused so I can manage better my thoughts.
Good morning, teacher and classmates. My name is Naomi Guaitarilla, and I am going to answer the questions. Number one, can you explain your ideas clearly when speaking? No, at all. Sometimes I can't fully put together a statement since my level of knowledge of the language is still low. Two, what topics are more familiar to you when speaking? Some topics like education, sports, hobbies, work, healthy, food, and travel. 3. Do use fillers when delivering a short speech. When I pronounce, I don't use fillers. I only use them when I write. 4. Do you use post-it when delivering a speech? Yes, in my case, it is my shower help to guide me in a speech. 5. Do you perform English short presentation in the virtual class? Yes, of course, since being visual, I must use visual tools that adapt. In this case, the presentations. Do you feel confident when speaking in front of others? No, I still feel insecure about my pronunciation.